All eyes on Doge. Big runner. To the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big runner. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Up. Movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.6. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Kriss here. Welcome on a Monday afternoon. How's everybody doing? Doge is fighting for 20 cents, trying to reclaim 20 cents and being a resistance point. But what's the bigger news? Is Doge primed for a big move? What's going on with Bitcoin? And what's going on with gold? Gold? We were all convinced gold was going to knock down, right? And there was going to be big rotation from gold into Bitcoin. Nope. Gold back up, about to hit another all-time high with gold. If you missed the song, you just scroll back 30 seconds, Ricky. You just scroll back and you hear it. It's always there on my live streams, always there. How's everybody doing today? Doing good? Doing good. All right. What's going on today? Look, Q4, right? Q4 2025. This is what we've been waiting for. It's supposed to be the most bullish quarter in crypto history. How's that working out so far? Instead, we get a biblical liquidation event. Oh, yeah. Biblical. No alt season yet, no melt up yet, just charts that look like they've been in a bear market since 2022. Well, not really. I mean, some are up, right? 2022, Doge was at 5 or 6 cents. Now we're at 20 cents. That's a good thing. Yeah, I know we went to 48, all that. Yeah. But if we just gone from a straight line, from 5 cents to 20 cents, everybody would be like, woohoo, yay. Instead, we've got, Doge sucks, right? And now I see people saying this is just the beginning of the dump. We've got all sorts of estimates of Bitcoin dropping 90K, 80K, 70K. And it's just like, really? What are you looking at? We've been getting dumped on for 2 years straight. No, we haven't. It's been higher lows and higher highs. We've been showing that on the screen. Higher lows and higher highs. At this point, you either buy the despair or you stay poor forever. You stay poor forever. You want to stay poor? I don't. And then we have our friend Mustache. Bitcoin was declared dead in 2022. Remember that? Bottom of the bear market. Oh, that was bad. But since then, it's risen by more than 700%. And I don't think it's done yet. Altcoins are now being declared dead. People's sentiment actually tells you where we are right now. All it took is one piece of good news. All it takes is one piece of good news to ignite the fire, and it will happen. So the setup is there. The sentiment is down. And we've got a lot of things going on, right? We've got the heavy shorting going on, right? The FUD being thrown out. Government shutdown. Oh, got a few more hours until Chris's prediction is wrong. I'm holding on hope, though. Holding on hope. But look, somebody asked Grok today, if you had to guess what date Bitcoin will reach $180,000, when would it be? You have to give a date. $180,000 Bitcoin. And Grok said, December 15th. December 15th. 2025. That's in less than 2 months. Are you ready? Are you strapped in? Or are you still waiting on that big dip to buy in at a lower price? Excuse me. But Crypto Rover says, look, gold topped in 2020. Bitcoin was way down here. Right after gold started going down, Bitcoin went on a big run. So what's gold doing now? It topped, it started to pull back, but you know what else was happening? Bitcoin pulling back at the same time. Because why? Why? Because gold, my friends, not done yet. It just matched its all-time high from last Thursday. It just matched it again. Gold was not following my white line. Gold was supposed to follow my white line. No, the gold buying has continued on a Monday. Everybody who didn't get gold last week, they're buying today. So the gold price has gone up. Personally, I think it's topping again. The old double top, and down it goes back. But we shall see. As Kriss likes to say, we shall see. Dogecoin, 1995, 1996. Come on, we want 20. Let's go, 20. So we'll see about this rotation. I mean, I'm going to continue watching it as Crypto Rover and all these guys on X are going to continue posting these until it's invalidated. We will see that. ETH was down today. So ETH a little bit in the red because it had a bigger drop at noon today. I don't know why, but that caused Bitcoin dominance to actually go up. So it's really Bitcoin versus ETH. And yeah, no, Zone isn't crashing. It's just weak. Zone is just weak. It'll come back. It'll come back, Christian. Kaleo says, look, Dogecoin, we are here. This is what's coming for Doge. Doge under 25 cents is free. Doge is free under 25 cents. Dr. Doge, my next chart. You're not going to believe this, Dr. Doge. Guess what my next chart is? Oh, yeah, by the way, House of Doge. I'm on it. I'm on it. It's official. The House of Doge is now the majority owner of U.S. Trestina, 1918, one of Italy's oldest professional football clubs. And that's football as in soccer for you Americans who don't know any better. It's Italian football because you kick the ball with your foot. Dogecoin was founded on community. The world's game is one of the biggest communities there is. We will support Trestina with immediate capital investment to strengthen football operations and community initiatives, while working with club leadership to integrate cryptocurrency in practical, fan-friendly ways. We aim to drive forward decentralized assets and bring the spirit of Dogecoin directly into the fabric of football. Our partnerships span finance and fandom, from Robinhood and 21 shares and now to the U.S. Trestina 1918, offering new ways for everyone to connect and engage. Dogecoin. No, it's not like Man United, Charlotte. It's like that third tier football club that, who was it? Ryan Reynolds and somebody else bought, infused money into it, and then they actually moved up a level. It's like that. It's like that. Right. There's no such thing as soccer. There's football and there's American football. But most of us Americans just call it soccer because I don't know why. Somebody said we can't call it football because we have football already. So, hey, we'll see. We'll follow this and we'll see if they're integrating Doge. It's kind of weird. They talk about capital investment. They talk about integrating cryptocurrency, right? They didn't say Dogecoin. They said cryptocurrency. They talk about the spirit of Dogecoin. Kind of weird, but hey, it's the house of Doge. So we'll see. And of course, House of Doge is now part of TBH, and they're also involved with Clean Core or Zone. And I mean, there's a lot going on with House of Doge, but this is cool. They're basically buying into undervalued assets, right? Whether it's a poorly performing company or a poorly performing football club. House of Doge is pouncing on undervalued assets. So we'll see. But look, it's not just Dogecoin. Elon Musk pumped Floki, the meme coin, with his AI Shiba Inu video. It was Floki, his dog. If you guys remember from a few years ago, after Elon bought Twitter, there was all this talk about who was going to be the CEO, and then someone suggested his dog, and it became kind of a little meme. It was kind of funny. And then CB Doge this morning posted this Floki thing again. And instead of it being the CEO of Twitter, it's now the CEO of X. And Elon responded. And then Elon made his own thing using the Grok image by taking a still
Numbers, is this working? Yay!
He took the still picture and using Imagine, animated it, and that's what you got. Floki is back on the job as ex-CEO. That was kind of cute. And I showed the original post in my video this morning, but my thing about this morning was CB Doge should have said something about Dogecoin, because instead of Dogecoin pumping this morning like it should have just gone huge. It had two little green candles. Instead, the big pump ended up being Floki. So Floki had the big green candles. So CB Doge blew it on this one. CB Doge blew it. He should have clarified it was the Shiba Inu dog. It was all about Dogecoin, and he just left it open, and then the Floki army took over. So Floki got a big pump today, up 20%. Oh, well. But that doesn't stop us from talking about Elon again and what's going on with X and X payments, X money. There's going to be a market for buying old Twitter handles. I mean, that would be a perfect thing to be able to spend Dogecoin on in a marketplace like that. So we'll see. There's shorting going on. There's an Adam and Eve pattern. If you want to see the Adam and Eve pattern, great. Adam and Eve. If you're into those patterns, doesn't mean anything to me. But yeah, Floki, the Shiba Inu pup, is back. Is this an indicator that Musk is going to start making more memes? I mean, I think he was really just responding to CB Doge. He just didn't make this himself initially. But yeah, there's your Adam and Eve indicator right there. Adam and Eve. There you go. If you can't see it, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. But we haven't finished the Eve pattern yet. We have to get back up to 21 cents to finish the Eve pattern. We're not there yet. We're stuck at 20. We got to get up to 21, 22, almost 22 cents to finish out that move. For the true Adam and Eve pattern. If that closes and then the price takes off higher, I will take back what I said about stupid chart patterns. I will take back what I said. But this usually doesn't play out. This is just going to come out sideways, I think. But we'll see. We'll see. So, I mean, all the indications are there. We're ready for the big move to get back up, reclaim. We need to reclaim up to 22 cents and then get back up to 26, 27 cents, and we're off to the races. But we are stuck down here right now. So we got the Adam, close out the Eve, and then move higher. We'll be waiting for that. The old Adam and Eve pattern. John, what happened to Coinbase? Oh, the old AWS. The AWS. Yes. Amazon Web Services? AWS? Yeah. They had some internal problems, let's call it. Some DNS internal issue that cascaded into a number of different failures. And for any company that was hosting their data on AWS, yeah, they basically went down today. So, yeah, and your funds are safe. As always, right? Heard that before. They start up again and it's all gone. It's all gone. Man, that would be bad. That would be bad. So that's what we start with today. How's everybody doing? On a Monday afternoon, Monday evening, we're looking at Doge, trying to reclaim 20 cents and get up there. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We're going to do a little Dogecoin giveaway today. What? What? A Dogecoin giveaway? Yes, my friends. The Dogecoin giveaways are back. Today's a good day to give away some Doge. But we need a lot more likes than we got right now for that to happen. A lot more likes. So, and we need Doge to be over 20 cents. So, hey, good morning, Anthony. How are you? It's the new moon time. So we're looking for a move thanks to the new moon. All right. I am going to look at this now, Doge Lincoln, because you've been talking about it. You've been talking about it so much. Moon. I know there's a moon thing. Moon phases. There it is. Bingo. The moon phases are on the chart. So here was a full moon. And Doge, this was on September 7th. Doge was at 22 cents. there was a full moon and Dogecoin went up. Then we had a new moon on the 21st of September and Doge dumped. Then we had a full moon here on the 6th of October and Doge was just kind of chopping around until the big liquidation dump. So what does that mean? Nothing. It doesn't mean anything. I'm sorry. I think it's a coincidence more than anything else. So we dumped on the new moon, dumped on the new moon. We don't want a new moon to cause a dump again, right? That's the one you were referring to before, right? The new moon's dump. New moon. We were already pretty low there. That was kind of choppy. New moon, dump. New moon, choppy. New moon down. Yeah, the new moons just haven't been really great. Choppy. That one, it went up on that new moon. We went from 18 cents up to 23 cents. This one went up. This new moon, we were at 31 cents and we went up to 39 cents. So, you know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that on the moon chart. So yes, we're about to have a new moon. You think it's going to go down, Lincoln? Giving away Doge must be a good day. It is. Givey, yes. Beyond Meat did a short squeeze today. I didn't see that, low roller. I didn't see that. I just was watching Zone, just kind of was up over $1.40 and I was like, woohoo, let's go. And then, yeah, that didn't hold. Dogecoin's going to be 20 cents in a few moments. It's just waiting. The Monday blues. Can I do a bipolar syndrome charting every couple weeks? Is that a thing? Is there a cycle for that? That's crazy, that chart. Yes, there's a moon thing. New moons and full moons. Somebody follows that. The only moon I want to see is when Doge gets a big green candle. I like that. I like that. Yeah, sometimes it goes up. Exactly. What about the blue moon with an orange crystal? If anything is a coincidence, then nothing is a coincidence. I did not own Beyond Meat stock. I did not own that. Stocks. How high did it go up? Beyond Meat. 120%. Wow. Looks like pre-market it was already up about 50%. And then it added another 50%. Is this the sign, right, that things are starting to happen? Short squeeze on a stock will lead to a short squeeze on crypto. Yeah, Ryan, the Beyond Meat burgers just really aren't that good. I've had them. It's just not that good. It kind of has a little bit of a funny taste to it. It smells like a burger, but the taste just, it's just not not a real burger taste. It just isn't. Fortunately, one of my sons is a vegetarian, so we occasionally have vegetarian meals, like the mac and cheese we had the other day, vegetarian meal. You have to put some more clarity on your video title. I know, right, Anthony? It's to keep you guessing. It's to keep you guessing. Okay, zombie. So here's the thing, right? Binance is refunding 10 to 50% of the total amount to users who got liquidated, right? And it ended up being about, what, $380 million, right? Sounds good. Good for Binance, right? All right. Giving back to its users. You realize that they actually liquidated $10 billion of leverage traders. $10 billion of leverage traders on Binance alone is what they liquidated. So paying $380 million to some of its users is a drop in the bucket. It's no big deal because they liquidated $10 billion. All right. So before you start thinking Binance is all goody, 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 nope. They're doing it as a PR move because, well, crypto Twitter really found out, right? CZ's behind it. You know he is. But I'm glad you got your money back of some amount. But still, it's all a show. It's all a show. U.S. government needs to wake up. I agree. I'm hoping they vote tonight. I want to see a vote. Oh, Christoph, you're trying to affect it. Lincoln, you have an active trade. The Labubu Tops trading cards sold out in minutes. Oh my God. Of course there's trading cards. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Sometimes up, sometimes down. Great indicator. That's just like the old cup and handle. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it goes sideways. Great indicator. Doesn't mean a thing. For me today looks just okay. All I can say is I've seen better days and better prices. Yep. It's just another kind of, it's up in the green a little bit. Do vegans buy stocks? They don't buy meat, so they've got money. Sometimes that vegetarian stuff, it costs a lot more. It costs more to buy vegetarian than to buy meat. I'd rather just eat a vegetable. Yeah, when you live with someone who's a vegetarian, you know, you respect their wishes. And so I've done that. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't Baron Trump. Woojack. It wasn't Baron Trump. Tastes like liquid smoke. The Federal Reserve just announced there will be a crypto-related press conference. Crypto press conference. The Fed, huh? The Fed. Just in. Federal Reserve to hold a conference on Bitcoin and crypto payments tomorrow. Huh. Well, that's kind of interesting. Registration and breakfast, always important. You have to start the day off well, right? Registration and breakfast. Let's see. Opening remarks, Governor Christopher Waller, that's a Fed governor, bringing traditional finance with the digital asset ecosystem. So we've got Chainlink, Lead Bank, Fireblocks, and BNY. Then we have a break. Then we have stablecoin use cases and business models. Paxos, Fifth Third Bank, Dollar App, and Circle. And then we have lunch. Then we talk AI in payments, of which Kathy Wood is there for ARK Invest, Coinbase, Stripe. And then we have another break. And then we have tokenized products. Franklin Templeton, DRW, BlackRock, and JPM Connexus. You know what it doesn't say on this anywhere? Do you know what it doesn't say? It doesn't say Bitcoin. It doesn't say Bitcoin. Now, what it does say is stable coin. If you guys have been listening to me for months now, what am I saying? What is the US government like? Stable coins. What is the US government not like? Cryptocurrency. Stable coin is not cryptocurrency. And it doesn't say Bitcoin anywhere. Although our friend at Bitcoin Archive says the Federal Reserve to hold a conference on Bitcoin and crypto payment. No, there's no Bitcoin. These stupid goddamn Bitcoin maxis think everything's about Bitcoin. This is not about Bitcoin. It's not about Bitcoin. This is about stables, everybody. Stable coins. So it's not really crypto, Manel. It's their stable coin thing. That's what it's about. Stable coins. So not important. Binance is garbage. I agree, Manel. I've been saying it for a long time. We saw it with Lunar. We saw it with FTX. That was all Binance. That was CZ and Binance taking them out. And they tried to get Hyperliquid, and Hyperliquid would not go down. But a lot of other people got wiped out. I didn't, because I don't trade with leverage. I buy spot and I hold. You bet I call them out, sunshine. It's like, God. They just have their heads are just Bitcoin, 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 big-headed Bitcoin. And it's just like, there's life beyond Bitcoin, you Bitcoin maxis. There's life beyond Bitcoin. 20-cent Doge incoming. Oh, we're so close. We touched it for just a second here during the live stream, and then it fell back a little. So, yeah. I left before Tom got into the music today. I just wanted to see the beginning. I wanted to hear his talk on the cycles, which market cycles. It was very interesting. But yeah, then I saw later that he was getting into some music stuff, and I was like, yeah, I don't like his music. I just can't get into Tom's music at all. Just can't do it. Mm-hmm. Right. They made so much money in an hour and a half, they can easily afford to give some back. It's all a PR thing. It's like, don't look behind the curtain. Nothing there to see. It's like, come on. Hey, William, how are you? If Tom plays dubstep on his channel, Kriss, maybe you should start playing some death metal on yours. Yeah. I don't know who's doing all the shorting. I don't know. Oh, Brian, are you here? Oh, let me send my car for you. Let me send my car. We'll be there in 15 minutes. What gate are you at again? Robinhood now has 39 tradable cryptos. How they choose which cryptos are just amazing to me. How they come up with these. Exactly, Nick. They got away with it. They got away with it. Still rolling for the 20th. I am too, Sunshine. The 20th. It's today. I haven't heard about the next vote, but I hope it's coming tonight. Not yet, Gurinder. Not yet. Give me the day. A 50. How can you be 50% vegan? Do you have like different days of the week? Like I'm vegan on these days and not vegan on those? Oh. To the moon and beyond. Huh. The same day as your flight. Oh my gosh. A bacontarian. I know, right? Stable coins. I knew it. I knew it. I could have predicted that before I saw the agenda. It was going to be stable coins. They don't like crypto. They don't want crypto. Stable coins? Yeah. Backed by the dollar. Yeah, but it's not crypto. DC blurred. They're not talking about crypto. It's not crypto. It's stable coins. Question is this the big move up or down? We're just kind of chopping a little sideways right now. The fate is in the balance. I've showed all the good news. I showed the charts. Got to see if it plays out. The old Adam and Eve. We got to have Eve finish her thing, right? A beyond nothing burger coming from the Fed. Exactly, TW. A nothing burger. Berkshire made an industry off of investing in it. Exactly. House of Doge is doing that thing. MeWe, yeah. It says breakfast and lunch. And I'll bet during the breaks they have little things to snack on too. Right. They don't. Well, I think some of them do think it's about Bitcoin, even though it doesn't say Bitcoin anywhere on there, just because their heads are so big. Not about Bitcoin, keeping it real. I'm not going to be the wizard. It doesn't look like Charlotte. Unless there's a magic vote tonight for the government shutdown to end. Guys like the stream. We're going to have a giveaway. Dogecoin's going to pump. Kriss is going to pump Dogecoin with a giveaway. I'm seeing 91 likes, 92. We only need 8 more likes. 8 more likes. Are we booming? Are we booming? Oh, you're waiting, Ryan? Okay, my car will be there soon. 55 more minutes. They're voting at 5:30. It could be the magic moment. It's not over till it's over, DB. Yes, the USD1 stablecoin. You're at Terminal A? What airline? What airline did you fly in? Where is the guy shorting Dogecoin in the chat? Oh, Charlotte's there too. Can you share a cab? Come on over. Oh, Ryan, you guessed right. Delta is the A terminal. You guessed right. It was a trick. Kriss is not clear and clueless on what's happening with Doge. No clarity on direction, precise timeline. Anthony, who the F knows what's going to happen tomorrow? Dude, you know that. I'm clueless, dude. Don't say that. Have some fun, will you? God. You tend to be a jerk, so please don't. You've been fun to have around. You really have. But don't say that. Taco salad is a salad, yes. And is good. Yeah. Imagine all of a sudden a knock on my door and you guys are standing there. It would be like, oh. A giveaway. All eyes on Doge. All right, MeWe, going to sleep. Hope the shutdown ends. I do too. 1994. Who's worse? The XRP delusional inflated prediction pricers don't bother me. The Bitcoin maxis do. It wasn't a guess. Of course. Right now, it's just a continuing resolution to keep or to open the government back up. They've stripped out all the other stuff. And the Democrats will not vote with it. So it keeps things as they were. Oh, Anthony's groveling now. If you're joking, you need to put smiley faces on the joke. And that wasn't, I didn't read that way at all. It sounded bad. We try and keep it positive here, but some people just, explain the giveaway. Sure, I will explain the giveaway. As Charlotte says, it's all rigged. It's all rigged. It's all rigged. We are going to have three giveaways. 25 Dogecoin each giveaway. How do I do this? For those who haven't been here before, here's what you do. To be eligible in the giveaway, you need to type the word Dogecoin in the chat. I will get this moved right here. I will type Dogecoin into my giveaway tool. You type the word Dogecoin in the chat. So anyone who's new here, to be eligible to win some Dogecoin, you have to type the word Dogecoin in the chat. And I will too, because I want to win some Dogecoin. I've won twice now, but I did pass it on each time. So here's how it works. The giveaway tool does a random drawing each time I press the draw button of everybody in the chat who has typed the word Dogecoin in the chat. All right? That's how you become eligible. Now, if your name comes up, you can choose to accept the Dogecoin or pass it on. Some people just like to, see their name with the confetti and all that and decide, I'm feeling kind of generous today, so I'm going to pass it on, and then I redraw. Also, you have to be in the chat in order to win. So if your name comes up and you don't type in the chat that you recognize you won by saying yay or lucky me or something like that, then I wait just a little bit and then we do a countdown and then I redraw. So you got to be in the chat and you have to acknowledge that you actually recognize you won. So I know you won. And then thirdly, you need to be able to send me an email sometime tonight. Send me an email. And in your email, you need to send me your Dogecoin wallet address so I know where to send the Dogecoin. So that's all you need to do. You type Dogecoin in the chat. That gets you into the drawing. If your name comes up, you have to recognize you won, or you can choose to pass it on. But if you don't pass it on and you say you're going to accept, then tonight you got to send me an email with your Dogecoin wallet address. And your Dogecoin wallet needs to be one of those that begins with the letter D. I do not accept wallets that are OX wallets or any other type of custom name or anything like that. I will put my email up on the screen after the third draw. Because if I put it up now, what's going to happen is we do the drawings and then someone says, what was your email again? It happened every time. So now I know, I just wait till the end. And then I put, oh, Charles, you're already accepting. Charles is already accepting. You get a Doge wallet at MyDoge.com. MyDoge.com. Best wallets. You on your phone, you go in on like Safari, and you just go to MyDoge.com, and it takes you to this site, the social wallet for people's currency, and then you download it. You download the app from Google Play or the App Store or the Chrome Web Store. You download the app, you create a wallet. These are Dogecoin only wallets. They're very good. And it creates a seed phrase. So you write down your words, right? You don't take a screenshot. You don't type them anywhere. You write them down. Have a pen and paper ready when you create it. So you write down your words, then you have to verify your words, and then you have a Dogecoin wallet. The best wallet out there. Now you want to enable two-factor authentication, make sure your phone is also secure with Face ID, PIN, whatever it takes. You got to protect it, right? You got to protect. So my Doge wallet, if you don't already have a Doge wallet, I highly recommend this. I am not paid. I have no affiliate with them. It's just a great, handy little wallet to have. All right, let's get to it, right? Where was I? Where the heck was I? Dogecoin, 1998, not quite to 20 cents. So we will do the giveaway now so that we can, get Doge to 20 cents. Let's go. First draw. Here we go. And the winner is not Christoph. Oh, I forgot to do my, I wasn't ready. My drum roll. Yay. Here we go. Sound effects. Brian Garcia. Brian, congratulations. You won the first draw. Hello, hello, Brian. This is drawing number 74. Brian Garcia, No way. Yes, way. All right, Brian. You're our first winner. Woohoo! Still not 20-cent Doge. I know. I got you, Brian. I got you. All right. Drawing number 2. Let's go. And Handy Dan. Handy Dan. Drawing number 2. Hey, Dan, congratulations. I know you're there somewhere. You're shaking so much you can't type. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. There you go. All right. All right. All right. 2 down. 1 more to go. We're at 1997 for Dogecoin, not 20 cents yet. So we're going to have to go 1 more time. We want that 20-cent Doge. Let's go. Who's going to win the 3rd giveaway? Adam. Hey, Adam. Adam. For those who have won previously, you still have to send me an email because I get rid of the old emails. So if you previously won, you have to send me a new email. Adam, you still here? Hey, cool. Yes. All right. There we go. And now, for the 3 winners, I do not want emails from others who are not one of the 3 winners. Oh, Adam's passing. Whoa. Adam is passing it on. We get to do another drawing. And I was just about to close that window too. Thank you, Adam. Everybody, congratulations to Adam being generous today, passing it on. He has won before. You always win the redraw, DB? I don't know. We will see what's going to happen. Redraw. Here we go. 1999 Doge. Dimke Pierre. Dimke. Are you one of the new ones? Congratulations. Yes. Yes, Dimke. Oh. Yeah, Adam, once you win, you can't win again. You're taken out. All right, Dimke. Hey, congratulations. All right. And now, the 3 winners, send me an email. And the email comes to KrissKrypto@gmail.com. That's KrissKrypto, KrissKrypto@gmail.com. And include in your email both your YouTube handle and your Dogecoin wallet address, and you'll get your Dogecoin tonight. Ryan, I saw what you said. You didn't have to retract. I saw it. Yeah. Oh, Rhino. All All right, I need to minimize that. I need to minimize this. We didn't make 20 cents. Wow. Yes, I can send to Robinhood. On Robinhood, you just go to transfer and you say receive, and it will give you a wallet address to use. All right. I didn't win because I didn't try hard enough today. Going to go back and watch the tapes and eliminate my mistakes. Yeah, you have to study up there, DB. Got to study up. Exactly. All right. Let's get going back to where we were. Ah, yes, the giveaways. Oh, Charlotte, I hope your iPad isn't worse. Oh. Uh-oh. Another giveaway. What? Oh, $19.99. Get your Dogecoin for $19.99 right now. $19.99 Dogecoin. Come on, Doge. Just do your thing. Get it over with. Get it over with. Gurinder, I didn't get the optimal entry. You're going to do more technical analysis. Yeah. 20 cents. See? The power of the Dogecoin giveaway. Look at that. Look at that, my friends. It worked. The power of doing only good every day works. 20 cents. And it's only us who did it. This was just us. This was just us. We did it. We put out good Dogecoin vibes. Oh, dear. Okay, who burped? Ahmed. Oh, you missed. DB, next time I win, iPad God. iPad through the wall. There it went. Oh, dear. Let's party like it's 1999. Yeah, you can use that one. Yeah. Sunshine buying now. The Pax method, of course. We just had the drawing holiday. There will be another drawing on a live stream soon. But that was it for today. We need more giveaways. You know, these giveaways are actually very, very generous from our Doge family here, who are donating the Doge to give away. Some like to remain anonymous and just like giving away Dogecoin. Isn't that awesome? We have a great community. In the end, Anthony, they weren't trying to hack Doge. That was all FUD. That was complete FUD. They were actually wanting to help Dogecoin. Total FUD. Yeah, Doge will be 25 cents soon. But you know, if I give away 25 Doge, one Doge always equals one Doge. It doesn't matter what its corresponding fiat price is. It's always one Doge equals one Doge. Can we check the bounce token? Waddell, I don't even know what that is. Bounce. Is it a Solana token? Or is it like a real crypto? The bounce token. Like this one, auction? Is it called auction? Trading at $9.87. I think I need to turn off the moon phase. It's bothering me. Well, look at that. Well, it's had a nice couple days trading. Sunday morning, you could have bought this at $6. And now it's $9, up 66%. Bounce, up 66%. I don't even know what this is. But good for you bounce holders. Wow. Will it hold? Oh, it's a comeback. Oh, it got killed. It had a double whammy. So it's right back where it was here mid-September is what it is. Hopefully it holds. Typically when we see these things happen, right, you see this big run up. Typically it comes back to about half its value and dies out. That's what we typically see. So we'll see whether that happens again. I think it'll settle here probably around 850, somewhere in there. Waddell? That's my guess. Typically what we see, something like that. It pumped yesterday and today. We had 2 days of pump for this. Cool. So we'll see. We'll watch it. We'll keep our eyes on it for you. No, we don't ask for gifts, Aliday. Not here. All right? Not here. All eyes on Doge. Somebody's going to hack the giveaway tool. I want my Doge. I know they were after you, William, huh? Yeah, I get those too. Where it seems like they are just after me. But I'm locked down. Yeah, look. Hey, Charlotte, no calls today. I haven't got one phone call today. My friend must be very upset. No calls today. That worked. Thank you. Smoke and mirrors. Short-term Doge heading down, price recovery. Mind conditioning. Mind conditioning. Wow, Anthony. Gonna go walk the dog, Christoph? Oh, Ryan. Bring it down. Hard. I know what that is. You guys are going to love this.
Yeah. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Listen to these words. Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier. Ooh, child, things will get brighter. Then bring it down hard. Someday, we'll put it together.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro. Me and you.
And some of you are just wondering, what did I just watch? What did I just watch? What was that? It's a dance off, bro. And Ryan is like, yeah, I did that. Bring it down hard. Oh, that's just one of my little fun things. 20-cent Doge. It worked. 20 cents again. This is going to get old. Up and down. Up. What are you doing exactly? It's like, what the hell was that? What was that? No phone calls today, Charlotte. No phone calls. So that worked. A trailer for my channel. I could make it a trailer. People would be like, well, that's weird. That's just bizarre. Oh. That was 1/43 of the alt season. Oh, we just try and have a little fun here. Austin is optimistic. Doge is in season. Recovery is gentle for now. We are waiting for the blow off top. Waiting. Oh, that was a joke. Oh, yeah, you did have an emoji on there. I saw that. Apologies. ICP? I have not looked at ICP in months. I have no idea what its price is. I have not looked at it. It's up 4.5% today. $3.21. It had been drifting down into the liquidation event at $4. Yeah, $4.21. And then it came all the way down to $1.19. So now it's back to $3.21. We got a ways to go on the recovery there for ICP, but hey, it's good. Come back here. It wasn't flat like we saw a lot of other cryptos that just flattened out after some recovery, but this has a little more volatility to it. It woke it up, if that's anything, right? It woke it up. I'm not an ICP fan. I don't see the value in something that looks like this on an overall chart, right? It just, yeah, not a fan. A lot of people got crushed on ICP. Just not a great chart. This thing was over $20. March 2024, $20. I hope you weren't holding for too long. Maybe you bought on the dip. Is this the lowest it's been? Oh, it was at this price here, September of 2023. So now it's at the same price as September 2023. Dogecoin, September 23 was 6 cents. ICP's all the way back to there. That would be the equivalent of Doge going back to 6 cents is what that would be. Ouch. So I hope you haven't been holding this too long and don't have a high average. Not where I would want to be. Good luck, though. Meanwhile, 2006 green candle coming up because we're thinking positive here. Doing only good every day. Doing only good. I'd check out a channel with that trailer just to see what kind of weirdness. The next resistance for Bitcoin, no @ sign. Did you notice in the chat we don't have @ signs? Boy, Tom Crown was mad today. Not really mad, but he was like, because his channel, everybody in the chat are the ats again. Went back to the ats. And he's like, I don't know who you people are. I know your YouTube names, not your @ handles. And he was just like, I don't know who you are. Bitcoin. What are we looking at? Bitcoin reclaimed 111. 115, my friend. is our next resistance, 115. And between 111 and 115, there's a lot of leverage here. We looked at that on the heat map. There's a lot of leverage up to 115. I think they're going to take it out tonight or tomorrow. This is going to take it out. 115 resistance. I can feel it. Yeah, here's Doge's chart since the liquidation event. It's like almost sideways. Look at that. Sideways. So, Kriss, yellow Lambo or yellow Ferrari? Well, you cannot buy a Lambo with Dogecoin. So there you go. It's the Ferrari and it's the Roma convertible. The Roma convertible. That's my pick. We looked at that before. You remember that? Yeah. It's a yellow Ferrari Roma. Convertible. Come on, get it right. Here we go. The Roma Spider. That's just a beautiful car. Absolutely beautiful car. That's it. Dogecoin, yellow. Isn't that a beaut? That's the car right there. Someday. Where's peak going to go? I have no idea, Michael. Peak could go up a big bunch or it could just totally tank. I have no idea. The yellow Ferrari reminds me of Annie. No, Ryan, not at all. Not at all. Oh. I hate when one of those days is a number not about. Oh no, Ryan, you summoned Annie. Why did you do that? She's been summoned. Oh no. Notice me. Oh. Yeah, I think as soon as I saw your name, I was like, yeah, I just was on Tom's channel and Tom was just like, that was Ats. I know. That's a good name though. I like that. She noticed me. Oh. Are people shorting or longing? They're doing both, some Fox. They're doing both. Got an email from somebody just now, but which one are you? Oh, you must be Handy Dan. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. So we have both shorts and longs. There's more on the short side right up here, especially at 112,300. Has some big time shorts. Big time. Especially up here at 113.8. What's that? Wait. $222 million right there. I think they're going for that. Right up to 113.8. Maybe touch 114. That would be awesome. Good day, Aussie. How are you? I know, Anthony. We looked at gold. We're getting a good double top. We're getting a double top on gold. The old double top. So we'll see if it comes back down from that. Doge is not cooperating. We're having such a good time. You love it? Change your mind? You can buy it with Dogecoin. Did I mention that? You can buy it with Dogecoin. Shutdown? Don't know. Trump, China tariffs, we got another week and a half before that gets resolved. That is a sweet car. That's my dream car right now. My first car was a Ford Taurus. Mine was a little Honda Accord hatchback, little blue Honda Accord hatchback. Yeah, I figured it out. Just had to think about it for a minute. I got you. Annie likes the stream. Wow, I must be doing well. I must be doing something well for Annie to like the stream. If you play a country song in reverse, you get your car back, you get your dog back, you get your wife back. Yeah, we're all good, Alade. We're all good. 1968 Pontiac Tempest. Wow. A 67 Firebird. No way. A Firebird was your first car, William? Really? A Firebird? I didn't say nothing, Ryan. I didn't say nothing. I might have said something like that. We do some teaching here. Sure, Alade. You have any questions? I don't mind. We're educational. This is edutainment here. Education and entertainment all into one. I call it edutainment. I know you're aging yourselves with those old cars. Hey, it's the Pax cat. Hi. Hey, buddy. The Pax cat is making an appearance today. Maybe you can get Doge up to 20 cents. Can you do that? Or you just buy PopCat? PopCat, PopCat, PopCat. I know, right? Yeah. A little bit of a roller coaster. Yeah, Jonathan. That's what we've been on. Your uncle gave you a Firebird. Nice. He must have been a cool dude. The Pax cat has arrived. Let's go. Let's go. A 1977 Plymouth Sport Fury. Wow. Mine was a 1983 Honda Accord hatchback. Little V4, 5 on the floor. Taught myself how to drive a shift. Yep. I did that. I know, right? You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi? Say hi. Hello, everybody. It's the baby cat. Are you a baby? Sometimes. Sometimes. Not a Taurus, a Taunus. Okay. He was like a father to you? That's nice, William. Good memories. Awesome. Marine reservists, our scheduled drill is canceled this weekend because of the ongoing shutdown. Supposed to be solved today. You can buy 2020 Lamborghini Aventador from Earth Motor Cars with Doge. I know, I want a new one though. I want a new car. I don't want a car someone else has driven. A Nissan Qashqai? Qashqai? I don't know what that is. I like this. All your first cars. This is cool. A red Monte Carlo. Renault Alliance. I know. The voice. I just made that up. I have no idea what that was. Yeah, I'm not buying a supercar, Tom. I'm really not. It's just for fun. 96 Honda Civic with a stick. Yeah, because they kept making the Accords bigger and bigger. In the 80s, the Accords were small and there weren't any Civics. And then they made the Accords bigger and then they brought in the Civic. Yeah, PaxCat left. He left me. The 2000 Mercury Grand Marquis Buick Regal. A Bronco. 76 GMC truck. It's cool. This is cool. 02 Pontiac Grand Am with the V6. 91 Nissan Sentra. Got the moonroof. I do like the moonroofs. I did have that on my Accord. Sunshine. PaxCat gets dry food. He gets dry food. His favorite thing to eat is shrimp, but he hasn't had that in a long time. I don't give it to him. How we doing? We're just kind of bouncing around. Can't hold 20 cents. A Mini Cooper. First car was a Mini Cooper, Charlotte. Love it. The Honda Civic is a real Dogecoin car. It has a history. I had an orange 1976 Formula. Wow. The Mitsubishi Sigma. You know, sometimes they're not always the best cars, but they're your first cars, right? And that makes them special. It's your first car. Anthony, you sold crypto last night. So you wanted to go down because you're swing trading. That makes more sense. You wanted to go down. My first car was a Fiat 126P, known as the Malouk, the little one. Oh, yeah. The Malouk. Mitsubishi Montero. Yeah, we looked at Floki. It was more at the beginning of the stream. I did not draw my prediction, though. I should have, because it's following my prediction. Because we looked at it. It was going to be, this is my prediction, right? Well, about half. Typically, it's about half. Right? So it'd be that. That'd be the typical thing you would see. Big run up, comes back to about half. Something like that. Thanks to Elon, he had a perfect opportunity to say Dogecoin, and so did CB Doge, and didn't. Bitcoin is not holding 111. Dogecoin is not holding 20 cents. Good. The Ford Fiesta. The insurance was killing you. On a Ford Fiesta? Dopey? A C300? 2021 C300. I know, frozen and thinly sliced. I didn't get to that part. I got distracted. Yes, I know what he likes. Not getting it. Not getting it. A motorbike. There you go, MM. 81 Reliant K car. A Chrysler Cordoba. That was a classic. The Chrysler Cordoba. He eats fine. He free feeds. The food's always there. He snacks a little bit at a time. Keeps him healthy. He doesn't gorge himself at all. It's a perfect way to feed a cat. It's easy on me, easy on him. Oh, but you got to give him canned food. No, you don't. Canned foods aren't good for cats, in my opinion. He just gets the crunchies and he eats them whenever he wants. And that works. Did you see that Elon thing on the flash crash that crypto was nuked out of orbit? I didn't. And if you say the video looks suspect, it probably is. You burned the clutch. Oh, you were teaching your girlfriend how to drive a stick, and the clutch got burnt out. Oh dear. Ramsey's a 93 Ford Taurus. 77 CJ5. That's cool. No. You buy the shrimps already frozen, and then you keep them frozen in the freezer. Then you take one out and you slice it up. He likes it just like that. Montero, 64 Falcon 6-cylinder, 3 on the tree. Yes. 2002 Dodge Stratus Coupe. You bought the wick low on Floki. Awesome. Good luck. I think all the memes are going to do well. It just right now is just not the time. But Floki got a little head start. Robinhood flatlined. Yeah, Jason. AWS data centers. It's crazy. AI knows, but when I drive the speed limit, I'm like a fish in water. It was a boat. Oh, sorry. A boat. Nismo. A 2017 Nissan 370Z Nismo edition. Ah, I see. You weren't invented. You have no car. Oh. Make an Annie Imagine video with just ask Grok, right? Ask Grok to imagine what Annie's first car was and make a little Imagine video of that. We'll see what that looks like. Grok will choose. Chevy Cavalier. $1998 Ford Explorer. 2003 Dodge Stratus Coupe. I know. I mean, everybody has a first car and you remember it and it's yours. That's your life. David was speeding. Your insurance went up. That's a lot. What did you have, Jason? A Z28. You must have been cool. Jason, you must have been so cool. So on Robinhood, Brian, you'll go into the Robinhood app. You'll click on Dogecoin. I'm assuming you already have some Doge, right? So you click on Doge. And then you scroll down and you'll see send or receive. Okay, send or receive. So you click on receive. All right. And then there'll be a QR code, but there'll also be a wallet address underneath. You want to copy that wallet address right there. And it begins with the letter D. All right. Do that. Just copy that address and then paste it into an email. Northern Orbit posted on the YouTube community. Your new truck. Cool. Jason is cool. Oh. Annie owns a Japanese tuner. I don't know what that is, a Japanese tuner. When's the Senate vote, Yawning? Is it coming up? This is the one, right? For all the marbles, right? Well, it looks like VP is back. I don't see it on the lives. Hey, there's me. Wait, who's this KrissPax guy? Nobody is, there's no live stream here. We got no live stream. Senate vote. Yeah, nobody's live streaming it right now. Watch live stream. Oh, there we go. CBS News.
We'll lead the Senate in prayer.
Oh, we're going to do a prayer first.
Let us pray. Almighty and merciful Father of us all, today remind our lawmakers of the Judgment Day story in Matthew chapter 25. In that story, you asked 6 questions of humanity. Did you feed the hungry? Did you clothe the naked? Did you give water to the thirsty? Did you visit the sick? Did you minister to the incarcerated? Did you care for the strangers in your midst? As our senators, during this government shutdown, play the game of legislative tug-of-war, may they remember these 6 Judgment Day questions.
Got a crow at?
Lord, may we all hear in these Judgment Day questions the cries of the friendless, helpless, and powerless. We pray in your righteous name. Amen.
Tuned
Please
to
join me in the Pledge
Okay.
of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
Agreed, Jason.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I think gold will go down if they vote to end the shutdown. How long is this thing going to take?
Under the previous order, the leadership time is reserved. Under the previous order, the Senate will be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each. Senator from Iowa.
Since 1993, Congress has adopted a resolution to recognize this third week of October as National Character Count Week. And of course, we're in that week right now. As Iowa's senior U.S. Senator, I'm proud to sponsor the resolution and share that the global headquarters for Character Counts organization is located in my home state. The Robert D. and Billy Ray Center is located at Drake University. By the way, Bob Ray was Iowa's governor for 14 years. So the location in Des Moines makes perfect sense to me because Iowa's values align with the 6 pillars of character promoted by the National Character Counts organization.
Just a second.
These include trustworthiness,
I'm trying to
respect,
change the title on this thing.
responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship. Throughout my public service, I strive to improve civic engagement and bridge divisions through respectful dialogue. Part of that effort includes my annual 99 county meetings where I meet with Iowans face-to-face. No topic is off limit, and Iowans set the agenda. Each year, the Drake University Ray Center celebrates Iowa's Character Awards.
I know Ryan.
To recognize those who embody civic values. The people of Spencer, Iowa will receive Community Character Award of 2025 in recognition of their effort to recover from devastating floods the summer of last year. Like the courageous first responders from 9/11, emergency response teams from across Northwest Iowa pitched in to help the people of Spencer. They didn't stop to consider creed, race, gender, or political affiliation. They were only concerned about those who had the needs caused by the devastating flood. So they simply rolled up their sleeves. They simply pulled together, neighbors helping neighbor. And of course, that's the Iowa way. History tells us how important it is for elected leaders to govern by virtue. At the Virginia Ratifying Convention, debating whether or not Virginia should ratify the new Constitution, James Madison said, quote, "To suppose that any form of government will secure liberty or happiness without any virtue in the people is a chimerical idea," end of quote. The American people who elected us are counting on us to live by those standards, National Character Counts Week is a good time to do what's right. I yield the floor.
He yielded the floor.
Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Mr. President, I move to proceed to calendar number 168, HR 5371.
Clerk will report.
Motion to proceed to calendar number 168, HR 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extensions for fiscal year 2026 and for other purposes.
Mr. President, you have to give the Democrats credit for one thing, and that's a healthy dose of gall. Both the House and Senate Democrat leaders were out last week and claiming that they can't fund the government until, get this, we solve the, quote, Republican healthcare crisis, end quote. That's right, the Republican healthcare crisis. It is truly amazing how a program Democrats created and tax credits that they chose to sunset have now become the Republicans' crisis. Republicans, in fact, never had anything to do with it. Democrats created Obamacare alone. They implemented the enhanced tax credits alone.
Doge.
And they chose a sunset date for those tax credits alone.
Fine Corinthian
Democrats
leather.
are solely responsible for the Obamacare tax credit cliff. And yet they're trying to pin this disaster on Republicans while at the very same time they're asking Republicans to bail them out. It's really kind of ironic, Mr. President. Well, Democrats may not win a lot of points for truthfulness, but you have to give them credit for gall. Now, Mr. President, while Democrats may have created this healthcare situation, I have made it clear from the beginning that Republicans are willing to have a discussion about how to address it. In fact, I'm perfectly willing to guarantee Democrats a vote, but none of that is going to happen until Democrats reopen the government.
All on me.
We're not going to negotiate on anything until Democrats stop holding government funding hostage. And if they really want to address their Obamacare mess, they should stop running out the clock on a deal. And all they're doing by that action, Mr. President, is keeping the government shut down and enhancing, believe it or not, the chances this situation doesn't get fixed because the clock is running. Now, Mr. President, before I leave the subject of health care, I do have to mention the irony that while Democrats claim they're defending Americans' health care, their shutdown has actually suspended valuable health care services for a lot of Americans. Medicare and rural patients are currently dealing with the elimination of telehealth services thanks to the government shutdown. Telehealth, of course, increases the accessibility of care and lets those who live far from medical treatment or who otherwise struggle to travel to conduct prescription refill appointments or other visits from the comfort of their home. But that assistance is currently being denied to them thanks to the Democrat shutdown. But I'm not sure why I'm talking about shutdown costs. Democrats have made it very clear that they don't care about the costs of the shutdown to anyone. Democrats used to care, of course, or so they claimed. In fact, I could fill a book with Democrat quotes on how shutdowns harm hardworking Americans. But over the past 3 weeks, it's become clear that Democrats' previous concerns had more to do with politics than with principle. Democrats were against shutdowns when it served their purposes, and now that it serves their purposes, or so they think, to keep the government closed, they're all for shutdowns, no matter how many Americans have to suffer in the process. Well, Mr. President, I've talked about health care today, and Democrats would definitely like Americans to think that that's what this shutdown is about. But of course, the biggest driver of the shutdown is not health care or any other issue. It's the Democrats' far left base. Left-wing activists demanded a showdown with President Trump, and Democrats fell in line. That's why you see the Democrat leader, who actually voted to fund the government in the spring, leading the shutdown brigade this time around. Far-left groups were rallying this weekend, and the Democrat leader and other Democrat senators were out paying homage. And if these same left-wing groups have their way, Democrats will be keeping up the shutdown for a long time to come. They don't really care about the solution, Mr. President. It's about politics. For the sake of the American people, let's hope that there are some Democrat senators who will eventually put the needs of their constituents over the demands of their far left base and work with Republicans to pass the clean, nonpartisan funding measure that is saying right here in front of us today. And when passed, will be sent to the president and signed into law, and this government will open up again. Mr. President, I yield the floor, and I suggest the absence of a quorum.
Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Brooks.
Anybody there? There's like nobody there. There's nobody there. I know, Demi. There's where is everybody? I thought this was like a big deal. This could take a while. All right. Yeah, Jason. So what happens? Well, the SEC isn't working, Eurovinci. They're on furlough. So we got no ETFs. No ETFs yet. Because most of the people in the SEC aren't working. So we need the government shutdown to end. And for those that don't know, I predicted October 20th as the day the government shutdown would end. So here we are. So this is kind of my thing. Yeah, they should just start wrestling. Exactly. Emptier than my portfolio after the mass liquidation. Even the guy that just spoke left. So what happens? It sounded like they were going to do a roll call. They got to the first name, they announced it, and then everything just stopped. Bizarre. Okay. Oh. Dogecoin. Oh, red candle. Eh. Eh. It's Bitcoin's fault. Red candle. I blame Bitcoin. Bueller. Nope, there's nothing going on. So the Floki thing this morning, Euro, it was CB Doge. So he took an old tweet of Elon's from 3 years ago, where Elon named his dog Floki as the CEO of Twitter after he bought Twitter, right? Because everyone's saying, who's the CEO? Elon tweeted a picture of his dog behind an office desk with a bunch of papers on it and said, this is our new CEO, my dog Floki. Right after that, of course, like the Floki token, this is years ago, right? Years ago. But it said Twitter on it. And so what CB Doge did is he took that old tweet of Elon's and he changed the papers from Twitter to X and said something about Floki being the new X CEO. And Elon responded to it and said something like, yeah, he'll work really hard. And then later, Elon actually made an Imagine little video of the dog. My complaint was on CB Doge's original post. He should have said something about Dogecoin because he just left it open there for the Floki token to take off. And so that's what happened. So Floki got all the credit for the thing, nothing for Dogecoin. So that's what that was about. Boy, government is really boring, isn't it? I wonder how long they have to wait on the roll call. How long does the Senate wait when the roll call starts and nobody is there? In the U.S. Senate, a quorum call is initiated when a senator suggests the absence of a quorum. This often occurs deliberately to pause proceedings and allow time for senators to arrive on the floor. The call is conducted by the clerk reading the senators' names in alphabetical order with pauses between names to give absent members a chance to respond and enter the chamber. The official duration of a quorum call is 15 minutes, though the presiding officer has discretion to extend it if needed to establish a quorum. In practice, calls are frequently ended early via unanimous consent before the full 15 minutes elapse. If no senators are present at the start and the call runs its course without responses, it confirms the lack of a quorum, potentially leading to a motion to adjourn or compel attendance. So there you go. So if the 15 minutes ends, there's no quorum and they don't vote. Rock, paper, scissors. I'll see ya. We'd have a Dogecoin giveaway. know, right, Maxim? Don't hold your breath. We can look at cool cars. There's mine. That was not my first car. That's the car I want. If I had lots of money, that's the car right there. Sorry, cat, you're in my way. Do 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 do. It loses value quick. I don't care. It's cool. I wouldn't be buying it as an investment. I'd be buying it because it looks cool. A Doge sticker, yes. No, I just have the little Doge thing hanging from the rearview mirror. You like Porsches? Yeah, Eric, Porsches are cool. The Doge wrap on a Ferrari. Well, your name is Yawning Carp, right? With a name like Yawning Carp, what do you expect? If there's no quorum, there's no vote, and there's no vote, no end to the shutdown. Democracy at its finest. No, Ferrari just doesn't let you buy a car. You can't buy a new Ferrari unless you've already been initiated with a used one or something. Some stupid rule like that. I know, Ryan. It's not looking good for Kriss here. Doge fluffy dice. Yes, that would be classy in a Ferrari. That would be classy. Wait, someone's coming in with a board. I see an easel. Someone's going to talk. This may not be over yet.
Mr. President,
Democrat leader,
I ask unanimous consent the quorum be dispensed with.
without objection.
So, Mr. President, we enter another week of Donald Trump's government shutdown. And Republicans seem happy not to work, happy not to negotiate, happy to let healthcare premiums spike for over 20 million working and middle-class Americans. Our country is staring down the barrel of a healthcare catastrophe, and Republicans will spend this week either vacationing or holding pep rallies at the White House. It's been over a month since the House of Representatives even took a single roll call vote. That's shameful. That's derelict. Government workers must work without getting paid. House Republicans get paid without working. What about the Democrats? Our position remains the same. We want to end the shutdown as soon as we can and fix the ACA premium crisis that looms over 20 million hardworking Americans and many tens of millions more whose premiums will also go up. Look, the ACA premium crisis is not a fix-it-later issue, like Republicans keep pretending it is. It's a fix-it-now issue, because very soon Americans are going to have to make some really difficult choices about which healthcare plan they choose for next year. When they see the amounts of money, when they see the increase in the number of dollars that these premiums will cost them because the tax credits expire, $500 a month, $600 a month, $1,000 a month for older couples in the over $20,000 a month.
I know, Goose.
They're going to have to make an awful choice. Do I cut out healthcare altogether and be left alone? Or do I cut back on everything else to afford a healthcare plan? Do I have to look for a new plan with different doctors, different hospitals, higher copays, higher premiums? Every American, just about every American, or so many Americans, tens of millions, are going to have to start making that choice the next month. Health insurance prices under the ACA are now available in about a dozen states, and Americans in those states are already seeing with their own eyes the horrifying truth, what we've been warning about for months, that multiple millions of people are going to pay tens of thousands of dollars more for health care, so vital to Americans. When you are in a family and you know you can't provide health care for them, or much reduced health care, and you look at your spouse, you look at your kids, and you say, what am I going to do if they get sick? What a frightening experience for people that Republicans are putting America through, all because they wanted to cut all this health, cut Medicaid and cut so much else in health care to pay for tax cuts for the wealthy. It's just perverse. It's inside out. It's upside down. And let's be clear about who will get hurt if these tax credits expire. Republicans have been lying about that too. If the ACA premium tax credits expire, the majority of people who will pay more out of pocket are working and middle-class families. In fact, the majority of people who benefit from the expiring tax credits live in Republican districts. The state of Louisiana, home of Speaker Johnson, is one of the states about to suffer most. I read an article last week from CNBC. It said, the headline, ACA enhanced subsidy lapse could hit early retirees hardest. Middle-class couples in their 50s and early 60s who were too young to qualify for Medicare face the largest dollar increase in premium payments. One Idaho couple interviewed by CNBC will see their premiums spike not by 50%, not by 100%, by 300%. $15,000 more a year just to have health insurance. That's what financial ruin looks like. In fact, if these tax credits expire, older Americans could end up spending 30% of their income just on healthcare premiums. Can you imagine? What kind of country do we live in? What kind of party is this Republican Party that is unwilling to solve this problem, which is staring Americans in the face, frightening Americans from one end of the country to the other?
Over there. What's he
and yet Republicans, what are they doing about it? Nothing. They're on vacation. It's unacceptable and morally repugnant. Democrats are demanding nothing more or less than what the overwhelming majority of Americans already want. Even a majority of MAGA voters want it. 58% of those who voted for Trump say renew the tax credits on into next year. Americans want to keep their health care costs low and avoid financial ruin. Americans want to see the government reopened as soon as possible. And Democrats agree, we're at the ready. We want to get past this crisis, but Republicans need to wake up from whatever dream they're in, because fixing the ACA will require them to take action.
Now, we looked at Zora.
Now, on the economy, Republicans.
Oh, here it comes. Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Oh, it's the Wall Street Journal.
Republicans like to talk about eliminating waste, fraud, and abuse. Well, they can start by looking at Secretary Kristi Noem's expense
NBC
report.
News.
This weekend, The New York Times reported that the Department of Homeland Security has purchased not one, but two private jets, luxury jets, for Kristi Noem to the tune of $172 million in taxpayer dollars. The administration says these are G700 aircraft. That's one of the biggest planes there is, private planes there is. And they say they were purchased for safety reasons. Kristi Noem and the administration say these G700 aircraft were purchased for safety reasons. That's like saying you bought a Rolls Royce to get good seatbelts.
Up and down, up and down.
This just shows you how much contempt this administration has for people struggling to make ends meet. Let's be very clear. At a time that Americans are paying more for groceries, falling behind on car payments, seeing their electricity rates go up and up and up, Secretary Noem thinks it's a good use of taxpayer dollars to buy two jets known for having, quote, the most spacious cabin in the industry. Whatever happened to the Kristi Noem who said any expense at DHS over $100,000 needed her personal approval? Apparently, she wanted more legroom for flying. This would all be perhaps a little more amusing if it wasn't so insulting to the American people. Because while Donald Trump's cabinet secretaries get their private jets, the American people are getting higher healthcare premiums, higher grocery costs, a worsening job market. Let me just show this chart, a list of awful headlines about the economy just from last week or so. From NBC, U.S. consumers bearing more than half the cost of tariffs so far, Goldman Sachs says. In the Wall Street Journal, grocery prices keep rising, frustrated consumers are trying to adapt. Market Watch, high inflation and lack of jobs leave Americans frustrated with the economy. Those are headlines last week. So let me get this straight. Americans pay 90% of the cost of Donald Trump's tariffs for more groceries. They see fewer jobs, and now the American people have to pay for two top-tier private luxury jets for Kristi Noem. If you want to know how much contempt Donald Trump has, how much contempt his MAGA administration has for working people, look no further than Noem's luxury jets. Yield the floor, note the absence of a quorum.
Clerk will call the roll.
Ms. Alston-Brooks.
And here we go for 15 minutes again. All right. We'll just leave that on in the background. Chucky's done. We'll come back to it. See what's going on. Green candle on Doge trying to come back up. Bitcoin's got to turn around. And gold has got to go down. But gold is going up too, almost to a new all-time high. Gold. Bitcoin dominance is kind of chopping around, right around 59.5. It's up to about 59.6 right now. Bitcoin dominance. And today in the stock market, it's kind of mixed. Had a little run in the morning and then flattened out for S&P 500, for NASDAQ, and for Dow Jones. Zone is at $1.40 after market. Just looking at everything here. I changed the stream to a government shutdown vote stream, and they're not voting. It's empty for 15 minutes until the next thing happens. Amazing how our government works. It's absolutely amazing. No wonder nobody else is streaming this live. I guess it's like, oh. Hey, we got to see Chuck's speech though, right? We got to see Chucky's speech. I know, and they're all getting paid, Christoph. It would be boring if we weren't watching it with me. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Turbo. What was he saying, Michael? Yeah, just you can tell what the Democrat talking points are. They're gonna pick at Kristi Noem's jet that flew her wherever she went this past week, and the Trump tariffs. That's what they're picking on. The parabolic chart of gold is still not exhausted. That is true, Anthony. People still buying their gold. They're buying their gold. Almost a new all-time high. That's this pink line here, all-time high. We zoomed out, we saw it's a double top from last Thursday and Friday. And when everybody thought gold was tanking and Bitcoin was going to go up, gold said, no, not so fast. Not so fast. So gold is making a run to break out and make even a higher new all-time high here. So we'll keep our eyes on that. What else you guys want to look at? Bitcoin 110.6, just kind of flat. Kind of flat all day. Dogecoin making another run for 20 cents. Gold is being bought up by other country governments. True. Oh, it's retail all over the world. All over the world. We saw the lines. We looked at them the other day. In like Vietnam, lines around the block to buy gold. Australia, lines around the block to buy gold. So we're 3 minutes into a 15-minute pause, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, we looked at gold buying lines. We looked at these kinds of lines going through. This was Australia. Lines and lines and lines to buy gold, all lined up. This is Thailand. All these people want to buy gold. Just a bunch of them. Just lines and lines and lines of people, all to buy gold. They're buying the top, I guess, right? They're buying the top. ETH, Danny says, ETH has been sluggish. ETH took this little dump here around noon today. And so that's why Bitcoin dominance went up, because ETH dumped that. And I don't know why. I didn't see any news about it, but So yeah, ETH is just not taken off like I was predicting it would. It touched my green line a few times, but didn't continue up. So this is the arrow that I called the bottom. And then, of course, we had the flash crash. And this was back on September 25th. And ETH, I called that the bottom, 3,800. The flash crash, like, totally took that out. So got a bit of recovery to do for ETH. Great to see Australia getting a deal done with Trump. Those will be the lines to buy Doge at the top. Get your dollar Doge right here. Get your dollar Doge. The gold bubble. Good night, RR. We'll see you. This will happen to crypto too. We're nowhere near the top. We have not had the blow off top. It hasn't happened yet. Got 20-cent Doge again. 20-cent Dogecoin, my friends. Tyler, I hope the government opens up. You can't even function. Yeah, those aren't people selling. Those are people buying. That was all FOMO. No, or that was FUD of people telling you that. Those are lines to buy gold. Buying gold. The House and the Senate are circuses. Yes, they kind of always have been. Well, in our lifetimes. Anthony, you just think we missed it? You think Dogecoin's all-time high or high this cycle was 48 cents last December? You think we missed it? And I know that's what I think, Julian. The markets don't peak on fear, but they peak on greed. Always have blow-off tops. Gold on the day. Well, yesterday's candle was a big one, right? It was about 102 yesterday. It wants to, though. It wants to. Doge trying to hold 20 cents. Nothing going on in the Senate. We're now about 8 minutes in. Look at silver. Silver is not near its all-time high. Its all-time high now is about 54.47. But it is, after a little sell-off, it is coming back up over the past few days. Good night, sunshine. Am I scrolled back on the live stream?
Of a government shutdown,
You're
very
right.
real.
How did that happen?
Mr. Wyden, no.
Aye. Ms. Also Brooks, Ms. Also Brooks, no. Mr. Durbin, no.
Well, I didn't realize I was off on that, Christoph. Thank you. There's more people, though. Oh, we got to hear Chucky, though. On the left, just click live. That was an easier way to do it. Thank you. Oops. Hey, we got to see Chucky, though. But you adjusting for inflation, blah, 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 right? Sitting in my car waiting for my kid to get out of school, was hoping for some excitement. Nope. They're just playing games, Chaos Boy. It's just political games. Thanks for telling me that, Christoph. That was really dumb. I didn't even notice that.
Mr. Schumer, no.
They're voting. Of course, Schumer's a no.
Mr. Thune, no.
On this vote, there are 50 yeas votes, and the nays are 43. The 3/5 of the Senate only duly chosen and sworn not having voted in the affirmative. The motion is not agreed to.
Mr. President,
Majority Leader,
enter a motion to reconsider.
the motion is entered.
I send a cloture motion to the desk.
The clerk will report.
Cloture motion, we, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the standing rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a closed debate on the motion to proceed to calendar 168, HR 5371, an act making continuing appropriations and extensions for fiscal year 2026 and further purposes, signed by 17 senators as follows.
President, I ask consent the reading of the names be waived,
Without objection,
and I move to proceed to executive session and consider executive calendar number 458.
the questions on the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The motion's agreed to. The clerk will report the nomination.
Nomination, the judiciary, Bill Lewis of Alabama to be United States District Judge for the Middle District.
President, I send a cloture motion to the desk.
Clerk will report.
Cloture motion, we, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the standing rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on the nomination of Bill Lewis of Alabama to be United States District Judge for the Middle District of Alabama, signed by 17 senators as follows.
Consent the reading of the names be waived,
Without objection.
and I move to proceed to legislative session.
The questions on the motion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. The motion's agreed to.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection.
And I ask unanimous consent that the appointment at the desk appear separately in the record as if made by the chair.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Committee on Finance be discharged from further consideration of H.R. 998 and the Senate proceed to its immediate consideration.
The clerk will report.
H.R. 998, an act to amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to require additional information on math and clerical error notices.
Without objection, the committee is discharged. The Senate will proceed to the measure.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the bill be considered read a third time and passed, and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs be discharged from further consideration of S-284 and the Senate proceed to its immediate consideration.
The clerk will report.
S-284, a bill to reauthorize the Congressional Award Act.
Without objection, the committee is discharged. The Senate will proceed to the measure.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that the bill be considered read a third time and passed, and the motion to reconsider be considered made and laid upon the table.
Without objection.
Mr. President, I ask unanimous consent that when the Senate completes its business today, it stand adjourned until 10 a.m. on Tuesday, October the 21st, that following the prayer and pledge, the journal proceedings be approved today, the morning hour be deemed expired, and the time for the two leaders be reserved for their use later in the day. The Senate be in a period of morning business with senators permitted to speak therein for up to 10 minutes each, and 11 a.m. Senate execute the order of October 16th in relation to the
Kriss was denied. Charlotte, I was denied. I was denied. Good thing I'm not dependent on the government. Yeah. I thought they would have their chance over the weekend to do whatever that was they needed to do, get that out of their system. Nope, not to be. All right, my friends, we didn't get it. We didn't get it. We tried, right? Until next time. All right, my friends. Hey, everybody have a good evening yourselves, despite the stupid government. It will remain shut down. And we'll take it from there. So we will see you next time. Go Dogecoin.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.